Now, when it comes to tweezing your eyebrows, some of you may not have done that before, or maybe you did it, but you just didn't think you did it the right way. I'm going to show you how you're supposed to tweeze your brows, okay? So we talked about how you're supposed to measure where your eyebrow starts based on your nose, right? Boom, boom, and boom, okay? So what we're going to do is, you always see people who draw fancy lines. Well, you just use that, and you can see, you can put a little bit of brown shadow there and mark it. That's where it's going to start, and you want to tweeze all the little guys out of there in between, okay? So you want your eyebrows to be the space of your nostrils, basically what it is. So the thinner your nostrils, I guess the closer you could be. But also you have to be careful if your eyes are really close set. You don't want your eyebrows to be too close together, because now you're going to make your eyes look even closer. So you want to do is look at the balance of your nostrils and where your eyes are. They're supposed to start right where your nostrils look. See that? That's the way they're supposed to be. So you want your eyebrows to do the same thing, starting right there. So you want to tweeze out everything in that area so you don't have what they call the dreaded unibrow, okay? And then what you want to do, and this is what I like to do, is I like to have my eyebrows have a natural arch. They're not a pointy arch, they're just a kind of a round arch, because that's what my eyebrows want to do. And so I just clean out everything under here, and I make sure I keep it in a straight line. You see that? So you're tweezing. And I like to use these little tiny tweezers because they get in there, and you'll want to stretch the skin a little and find those guys and pull with the growth, the natural growth, not against it, but with it, and pull it out, a quick little tug as close to the skin as possible without hitting the skin. And you're going to do that all along there. Okay, and you're going to tweeze them all out. Now you're going to get a lot of little fine, what I call cookie duster, kind of little blonde fuzzy hairs. You're going to get them along the top. You want to go ahead and tweeze the top too, to make sure, especially like along your arch, you'll tend to get a lot of hairs through the arch and the tail, so you want to clean it up on the top and the bottom. You can take a broad tweezer and kind of go along and tweeze that way. But what I found is I like to just take this little guy here, and I like to just kind of pull the skin and shave along the top. I can get right down to where I want it. And I also like to shave along the inside here. I can get where I need it to be. And that gets rid of all the little blonde hairs. And you can get these I get this at Walmart. You can get them at Kohl's, you can get them at Bell's, you can get them all over the place. In the pharmacy area where the razors are at Walmart, or over in the beauty section in the stores, in the other stores. So yeah, those are nice little razors to help clean up all the little blonde hair around your eyebrow, and just get that really cleaned up, and that helps with your eyebrow looking more natural and clean, because clean is good, especially when you're putting your makeup on. You don't want a lot of hair catching the makeup. So yeah, and I'm sorry, but fine lines and wrinkles are part of growing old. It's our character, right? So yeah, I'm 59. I'll be 60 this coming November. So I have lines and wrinkles, but I'm doing the best I can with my Mary Kay to keep them at bay. So that would be how you would want to tweeze your eyebrows, just as natural as possible. Try not to make them too thin. Try not for them to be so overwhelming that they're thick and bushy and they take over your eye area. So you want a happy medium. It also helps to know your eye shape. I've got almond shape eyes. I don't have really big eyes. My eyes are kind of deep set. As I've gotten older, I've got more hooded eyes. So I don't want my eyebrows to be too big. If they're too big, then they just take over and my eyes become so small. But if they're too small, then my eyes will obviously look like I've been hit by a baseball bat. There's something wrong about it. So you have to find the happy medium with your eye shape, your eye size, your shape of your face, the whole thing, the natural growth, the natural width of your eyes, of your eyebrows, everything. You take that into consideration. So it's a lot to think about. But if you have any questions or want some guidance, a little bit of guidance, I'm happy to talk to you about your eyebrows and what I think would look better on your face as far as your eyebrows go. I wouldn't say I would want to change up your shape of your eyebrows. It's just be the way that they're laying across your face and how you want to dress them up. Okay, so with no further ado, here goes the tutorial on how to do your eyebrows. Hello, I don't have any makeup on. This is what I look like when I just got done washing my face with Mary Kay, of course. I use the Time Wise Repair because I am classy and sassy, over 50. So yeah, wanted to talk to you today about eyebrows, and we all love our eyebrows, right? There's good eyebrow days and bad eyebrow days, and there's always one eyebrow that's better than the other. They never seem to be on the same schedule. So I was just going to talk to you a little bit about eyebrows. So when I was learning about makeup in beauty school, one of the things they taught us about your eyebrows is that they are the frame to your eyes. So you want to frame up your eyes properly. So what you want to do is take something and put it along the side of your nostril, and wherever that touches, that's where your eyebrow is supposed to start on both sides. Okay, now what you do is then you go looking straight into the mirror. You want to cross over your pupil, and that's where your eyebrow should start to arch on both sides. See that? And so the end should be right there on both eyebrows. You go across the tip of your eye here, and that's where it should end. So if your eyebrow doesn't quite go that long, you can always draw the tail out a little bit longer. You don't want your eyebrows to come down. You want them to go out, because if they come down, like you can see my natural eyebrow wants to come down, but when I draw them in, I draw them coming out more because I don't want to pull my face down. I know I lived during the 70s when everybody was tweezing their eyebrows so there was hardly anything left. And so I have fought my way back to trying to get my eyebrows to grow thicker. So this is about as thick as they want to get, and I'm okay with that. This is always my good eyebrow, and this is always my not so good eyebrow. Don't ask me why. This one never wants to cooperate with me quite as much as this one does. But I do try to draw them so that they'll be straight. Now there's several different methods you can use. If you have sparse eyebrows, I have found that you can take one of these little guys here and put it in some wet bar soap, and you can actually brush it into your eyebrow, and it'll help. Just let it dry and then do your eyebrows. It'll help fill in for those hairs to make it thicker. So that's one way you can do it. Then there's also some volumizing brow tint you can use. It has little microfibers in the tint itself. So when you brush that in, it'll make your eyebrow thicker. Okay, so the first one was the soap, and this is the Mary Kay soap. And I just wet it down. So you just want to wet it down. I just put a little bit of water on it, and then you just take your brush and roll it around in this a little bit and get some soap on it. You see that? You load it full of soap. And then you just want to come in and kind of brush it into your eyebrow itself. You want to stay in the hairline because this is pasty. You don't want it all over your skin. If you get it on your skin, you can go around it with a wet Q-tip afterwards and clean that off your skin. But at least you're getting your hairs, which you can see it helps to also keep those hairs going in the direction that you want them to go in, so they're not going whatever direction they want to be in. So you see that already? That looks a lot nicer. And put some of this in here again and roll it around. Yeah, there we go. So it helps to direct the hair. It's kind of like mousse, and it thickens it up a little bit for you. You can roll that around as it's being used so that you can hit the whole eyebrow with it. And this is when you don't want to be like super messy with it. You just want to get it in there and call it good. Okay, so that helped. Did you see that? It helped a lot. And then what happens is you can let it dry for a minute, and then you can put your eyebrow pencil or your volumizer in. This would be a good thing to do if you're really looking for bushier eyebrows. Okay, so if you feel like you were a little sloppy and you want to go in there with a Q-tip, just put a little water on your Q-tip and kind of just go along the top and the bottom to clean the soap off, and then use the dry end to go in there. And yes, I had put some foundation on my face, so that's what you're seeing coming off is my foundation. Because being sassy and classy, I'm not confident enough to go without my without my foundation. It helps even me out a little bit. So there, I've just done soap, okay? It's just soap, and they already look better. So now you have two choices here. You can go with the Volumizer. This is the Mary Kay Volumizing Brow Tint, and I'm using, I think this is this is blonde. So it looks like a tiny little mascara brush, and you just go and brush that in there, and it helps to fill in all of that area that you don't have a lot of hair. This is hard to see because I usually do this all in a magnification mirror, so I am trying my best to see without the magnification. Okay, looks good, people. Now see how my tails kind of peter out a little bit? This is where I like to take my Precision, Mary Kay Precision, I've got it upside down, my Mary Kay Precision brow pencil, and I like to make my tail. See, it's just ever so tiny. I just like to take my tail and draw it in from there. There we go. Oh, look at that. And sometimes this hair just needs to be cleaned up, and I'll just kind of go like that, because you can mimic the hair. But there, between the two, that's my eyebrow. See, versus no eyebrow. But the soap did help hold it in. I like the soap because it's like I said, it's a hair mousse for your brows, and you don't put it in real thick. So if you want to have a little bushier brow, then that's the way to go with that. But and you can even do it naturally and not do anything at all with it. It just helps keep them in place better. Or you can build on it with the Volumizing Brow Tint. That's always nice. If you're just going to do the Precision Brow Liner and you don't want to add a lot of volume, then don't put the soap in. Just use your Volumizing Brow Liner and go in and just wisp a few hairs in. And I like to go in a couple different directions so that they're kind of intercrossed like that instead of just one direction. Just to give it a natural wispy hair-like look, you can do that. So this is my eyebrow after I did it with the Mary Kay soap, the Mary Kay Volumizing Tint, and the Mary Kay Precision pencil. Okay, and this is just my eyebrow without any of those goodies, just the soap in it. So you can see even the soap is not bad. It just dries clear. If you don't put it in really super thick, you just put it in thick enough to do what you need it to do. And then that's a more natural way to do that. Otherwise, we're just go ahead and do the other side here. Now when it comes to tweezing, nowadays it's not like the 80s when eyebrows went from hair thin brows to big and bushy and full, and now it's kind of like drawn in looking bushy, or just drawn in, they have to be full. So it's kind of, but then the 80s, like, you know, that was big bushy brow days. And it was really hard for me. I could never get my eyebrows in the 80s to do what they wanted them to do because I had over tweezed in the 70s when I was first learning. So that was not cool. But there's two eyebrows. Now I'm going to just kind of go a little bit. Ooh. Okay, so that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks like I have eyebrows. You don't want them to be too big or too bushy. I washed my hair or my face before I did all this, so my hair's kind of being funky. But yeah, so that's just eyebrows. Make sure you get them. The key is to make sure that they're shaped properly. Now, if you have flat eyebrows, go with it, but just make try to get your tail in there. But flat eyebrows are cool too. Just go with what your natural brow shape is, and go from there to frame your eye. And remember, like my tails want to go down. I try to bring them out more, and not down. I try to bring them out just to help not pull my face down. So you don't want your eyebrows to look like what they call the McDonald arches, like, you know, the evil. Yeah, we don't want them to look evil. I can't even make them do that. But we don't want them to do that. We just want to have nice natural arches on our eyes so we don't look mad all the time. We don't want them to be too high up on our forehead so we don't look shocked and surprised all the time, you know, like that. We just want them to be right where they're supposed to be over your eyes. So if you don't have eyebrows, if they're so light you can't see them and you can't coax them out using the soap and the volumizer, and you find that you're just drawing them in, make sure that you get them spaced in a position that looks pleasant and comfortable and not shocked or angry. Okay, that's really important. So find that happy space. Just remember 3 fingers from your forehead to your eyebrow is supposed to be a perfect forehead. So if you have a larger area than that, at least give it a finger above your eye to start your eyebrow. See that? That's at least a natural point if you do have a larger forehead. So go a finger above your eyelid when you have your eyes open like that. And that's where you would start your eyes, so you don't go too high up on your forehead either. So eyebrows are the frame, and that's where you want to begin. So get a natural look for your face. Everybody's eyebrows are different. Don't draw in your eyebrows to look like some cool eyebrow. Go with the way your eyebrows naturally forming, because that's what you need for your specific eye shape, for your face shape, and for you, because we're all individual people and we all want to look our best as ourselves and not as somebody else. So enhance what you have and be proud of it and show it off using Mary Kay, of course. Okay, see you later.